welcome to Chris Cook for YouTube. Today I have a special recipe. It will not be done by me. It will be done by my cousin, who is famous for doing this particular dish. We actually started this. She came to visit me. She's here for Thanksgiving, and she came to visit me 2 years ago on Thanksgiving. And we started this, and then we got sidetracked and never ended up finishing it because we ended up going out for an outing. And when we got back, we just never finished it. So we're going to do it today. Today I'm going to do cabbage leaves and collard greens mixed. Now I'm not really as good as she is. She is fantastic. I am just good. So I'm going to have her to do it. Now you might not see her face. You may hear my voice, and then you will see her do the ingredients because I don't know if she's camera shy or not. In the end, I'll probably show her. But I guarantee you, if you use this on your Thanksgiving table, you will be trying it again and again. Not only for your Thanksgiving dinner, you will be also trying it for your regular Sunday dinner or any special dinner that you may have. So let's get started with the ingredients that you may need. Now, here we have cabbage leaves, and this is actually what this dish really surrounds, is just the cabbage leaves. Now this is the outer cabbage leaves. This is not this cabbage, okay? This is the leaves that's on the outside of the cabbage. And a lot of times when you go into your grocery store, these are the ones that they always throw away. But this is the best dish you will taste. It's better than just your plain collard greens. Is better than just your plain cabbage leaves. It's cabbage leaves and collard greens mixed. Now, if you take your outer leaves, you want only the outer leaves. You're going to roll them together, and then you're going to slice them down. Now, for the sake of time, I've already done this, but I just wanted to show you how this was actually done. Now, I'm making a lot, because we're going to have these greens today for dinner, and then we're going to save them, and we're going to have them again on Thursday, whatever is the remainder of it. We're going to have it on Thursday with our Thanksgiving Day meal. So this is the way you do it, okay? So I'm going to put this aside just to show you the rest of the ingredients. And these I have to wash, so I'm going to go away and wash them. Then when I come back, she'll be putting this together. Now, I went to a market and got a great big crate of greens, and this is just one of them. These are not blanched off. A lot of people do blanch theirs. You don't really have to blanch it. I just go ahead and freeze mine like it is. Now, I'm going to use 3 bags of these collard greens like this, and I'm going to put down the serving size and the ingredients that you're going to need in order to make this recipe. As you know, I'm always cooking for a whole lot of people, so we're making a very large pot. But you're going to need 3 of these bags of these, so it would be equal parts of these and cabbage leaves. Got that? Equal parts of these and the outer cabbage leaves. Now, next you're going to need 1 pound of bacon. This is sweet meat. I don't know if you're familiar with sweet meat, but she's from Chicago and she brought this down to Virginia when she came. If you don't have sweet meat here, you can use any type of smoked meat. It doesn't really matter. Smoked turkey is good. Smoked rib tips, smoked pigtails, anything you can find, that will be good. I have some leftover ham from Easter, and yes, I do save my ham that long and then use it. Anything that's close to the bone that's left, I just strip it off of the bone, and then I put it in a plastic bag, and I use it when I want to make a special item. Here is ham hocks, and these are sold pretty much anywhere. It's just smoked ham hocks. So I have 2 of these with the ham. This is from my big spiral ham that I had. I have that, okay? Then I have green peppers. Now on these green peppers, I'm going to show you how to slice them as well as these onions, but you're going to need at least 6 to 7 green peppers. May seem like a lot. No, it's not. May think it may have a strong flavor. No, it won't, because when you use these green peppers combined with the cabbage leaves and the collard greens, it works out perfectly. Now, this is 1 cabbage, and this is all that we're going to need for this dish. 1 actual cabbage. Now, the cabbage leaves, the outer cabbage leaves, and the collards take a little bit longer to cook. So we're just going to cut this up, and then you'll see when this actual cabbage is going to be added to the pot, but it will not be added in the beginning. In the beginning, you're going to start it out with your smoked meats, then you're going to go ahead and add your greens, and you're going to add the rest of these. And she's going to show you how to do it. I can't really tell you because I really don't know. You know, I mean, hers always works out to be better than mine. I wonder why. But we'll get a chance to see today so we all can fix it the same way, and you'll have a fantastic dish. You're also going to need some crushed red pepper. Now, if you need yours to be kid-friendly, then don't use a lot of the crushed red pepper, but a little kick to cook collard greens, cabbage leaves, any of that. Crushed red pepper adds a good flavor. You're also going to need my favorite all-time seasonings in the world, and you know that's this Lipton onion soup mix. Now, whatever seasonings that she's going to use, I'll show you as we get to that part. Just wanted to come on and let you know. By the way, she don't really know right now that she's going to be on camera doing this. I'm going to surprise her when she comes downstairs, because now she's upstairs. When she comes downstairs, I'm going to surprise her. But I just wanted to give you a heads up on the items that you're going to need in order to prepare this meal. It's going to be great. We're going to get everything all set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, now we're at the stove, and as you can see, my container is very big. My cousin is the hands that you see. She's putting in the Lipton onion soup mix, and you know that's my favorite seasoning in the world. And she's going to add some salt. Now, we're doing a lot of greens, and she does this by memory. And you know, a lot of us cooks, we can do it that way. That's probably about 3.5 tablespoons of salt. Then she's going to alternate the collard greens with the cabbage leaves, okay? That's the only thing that's going into this pot is some cabbage leaves, then some collard greens, and you keep on alternating until you get everything over in that pot. Now, in this back pot here, okay, we're cooking just the sweet meats, any smoked meats that you have. So that would be your sweet meats, your ham hocks, whatever it is that you chose to put in, turkey meat if that's what you chose to put in there, all of that. That's the only thing that you're boiling in this back pot, and you're boiling it separately. So you have your smoked meats boiling, no bacon is in here, nothing else except for what I told you, no green, no bell peppers, no onion, none of that, nothing. The only thing it is your smoked meats is cooked separately, and in here your greens, your Lipton onion soup mix, and your salt. So she's going to continue to fill that pot up, and you're going to allow this to boil for a lengthy period of time simply because we're using those outer leaves. And remember, I told you that the outer leaves takes just as long as the collards. So we can start those two together because it's going to take a long time for them to cook. You do not add your head cabbage at this time. You hold off on that, and we'll get back and show you the next step in this. But I want to take you to the table. As a matter of fact, I'll meet you at the table, and I'll show you how to cut up your green pepper and your onion. Be right back. Okay, while she's doing that, I'm at the table cutting up the onions and the green peppers. Didn't know I was going to actually be helping out, but I guess I am. Now I want to show you how to do this. This is equal parts of bell pepper and onion. If your onions are a lot smaller than your green peppers, then just estimate and do what you think will be equal parts of both. In here I have 6 bell peppers, and I'm going to have 6 onions about the same size as my green pepper. Now, I already started to cut this up, and you know I'm making a lot, so don't look at this and say, oh, that's a whole lot of ingredients. Not for you, only for me, because we're going to eat some tonight, then I'm going to save the rest, and I'm going to put on my Thanksgiving Day table. But let me show you how to cut this. You first de-seed it. And I de-seeded all of my green peppers. And then you just cut you off a portion of it. Normally, if you go just around the green pepper, I think I got one. I do. I have one sitting right here. Okay, if you go around this green pepper, then you're going to take everything off. And that prevents you from having to de-seed it. But if you just want to cut it in half and de-seed it, whichever way you want to do it, you can go ahead and do it. Now, once I cut this down, then I take my green pepper and I just cut off strips of green pepper. And try to make these strips not, you know, healthy strips. but make them just a small strip. I'll pick up one and just show you what it is that I'm talking about. Now my knife is sharp, so this is not going to be a tedious process. But see how that bell pepper is actually cut? That's just how thin you want to do it. And you cut up all your green peppers the same way that you have this cut up. Now with your onion, you're going to do it the same way. You can slice it, or you can take it down the center, cut that onion in half, and then lay it down and then slice it. Same length as you had your green peppers. Because what you're going to do is you're going to lay this after your greens have cooked, your greens and cabbages have cooked for a period of time. Then you're going to start to add in your ingredients that's really going to bring this recipe together and make it the best greens that you have ever eaten and the best greens that you could possibly have on your Thanksgiving table. This is the way that looks. Okay, my strips are small, similar to my strips that I put with the green pepper. Okay, I'll try to pull here. See, they're similar in size. Now, remember I told you, don't put in your head cabbage yet. I have not put in my head cabbage. And I do have a jalapeno pepper sitting over here. Don't know whether or not I'm going to use it. Probably will. I know I'm going to use a little bit of crushed red. So I'm going to go away and we will come back the next stage of this cooking process. I'll be right back. Okay, now we're taking the top off the pot of the greens just so I can show you the greens and see how they are boiled down. Now we have a lot of greens in this pot, but the greens have boiled down, and that's a good thing. So now she's getting ready to add some more meat to the smoked meat that we have cooking. And you want to keep your greens stirred good. Okay, which is exactly what she's doing. But like I said, this is enough for my Thanksgiving dinner, and it'll be enough for us to eat tonight. Now, over in this pot, she has and I'm just going to lift the top. Remember, we're cooking the smoked meat. Okay, so she's going to add to the smoked meat, she's going to add these pieces of ham over in there just to get more flavor. So you go ahead and you add all that ham over in there. Now, it's not time to add the bacon yet. You can see the bacon is up underneath there because the bacon has to be fried. And what we do with the bacon is we take the bacon and the bacon grease, and we're going to pour that into the greens. Now, the reason why we're adding this ham is because eventually we're going to take all of the liquor or the juices from the ham meats and the smoked sweet meats and the ham hocks, and we're going to add that liquid into the pot with the greens just to give it more flavor. So I want to bring you back in this stage just to show you where we are. So when we come back, we would have fried the bacon, and then we'll get it ready for the next step. Now remember, we still have not added the onions, nor have we added the green bell peppers. So I just want to bring you in and show you this, and we'll be right back. Okay, the greens have boiled down, and now she's getting ready to add the cabbage. This is the inside cabbage, the part that, remember, we had to cut up. This is the brighter part. It's on the inside. Now while she's adding that, because this is the next step of it, if you look over here, I am frying up this bacon. This bacon has to be crispy. And all I did was took a pound of bacon and I cut it in half, and then I'm just putting all of it in here together. But I can get it crispy, but I want you to see. You see that grease that come from the bacon? We're going to add all of that grease to the pot of greens that we're cooking. And this is going to be the added flavor that we need in order to get the greens up to where it would taste just really, really good. Okay? So you see how much we have in this pot. Now that's going to cook down. When that cooks down, then she's going to mix all of this together so we can have it. Now, after she puts the greens in and after they cook down, then we're going to add this crispy bacon to the pot, and then we'll start to add the green pepper as well as the sliced up onions that we have. So just want you to see this step, and we'll be back as soon as we go to the next step. Be right back. Wanted to film back in and just show you this meat. Okay, what we did is we took all of the bones. We debone this meat, okay? And this meat is cooked down. Now the juices that came from this meat, that's what we added to the greens in order to give them extra flavor. Now as you can see, this meat cooked all apart, but that's the way you want it. Because when you add it to your greens, you want to be able to pick up meat as well as greens in the same forkful. Okay? So I just wanted to show you what this meat looks like. You cook it all the way down until it is fall off the bone. Then you debone it. You take all of these little bones out. So we'll be right back when we go to the next step. Okay, now the cabbage and the collards, they've been cooking maybe for about 10 minutes from the last time we came back, and I just wanted to show you, see how they're cooking all together, because now you have the actual cabbage and you have the collard greens and you have the cabbage leaves that are all mixed in together. Now the next step of this is to add the green peppers and the onions that we sliced up. Okay, so you're putting the green peppers in. Now don't you ever think that this is too much green peppers, because it's not. The green peppers mixed with the cabbage and mixed with the collard greens is going to give off the best flavor, because all three of those particular items or vegetables are very strong in flavor, and what they're doing is they're going to fight each other to try to give off the best flavor. In other words, that's a good way to put it. So you're going to have all of that flavor that comes from them. I also want you to look over here. This is exactly how your bacon should look. See how crispy it is? It is totally crispy. Now, it rendered off all that fat, and we're going to use, because as you know, you put a little fat in your, or a little bacon grease normally, in your collards or your cabbages when you're cooking them anyway to give good flavor. But you see how this is? That's because this is going to add the crunch to the greens that we actually need. So we need it to look exactly like this is looking, okay? Not burnt, but just like that's looking. Okay, we're getting ready to get everything all mixed up together. We have not added any of the crushed red bell pepper yet, and we'll probably put just a little bit of sugar in here after taste. But if we do, then we will let you know. We'll bring you back and then show you that, because I really do not want you not to know every ingredient that's actually going in these greens, and this is going to be the best greens that you have ever tasted. So we'll be back when we go to the next step. Okay, now we're back and we're getting ready to add the last few ingredients to this. We're going to add the meat that you saw us that we had cut up. We're going to add, or we had cooked until it fall off the bone. We're going to add some crushed red pepper to this. Now keep in mind, I'm cooking an awfully lot. So what you would see me put in, because if you look at this pot, I'm going to scroll down to show you, that's a very big pot. So what you would see me put in is not how much you would use, okay? But this is how much we're going to use, okay? Now we're going to add that crushed red pepper. We have a half a cup of sugar that has to go into this. And you're going to taste it, so then you'll know, exactly what you need and what you, really, what you need more of. Because what we're doing is we're going to under-season this pot, and the reason why we're going to under-season it, because you can always go up if you under-season, but you can't go down. So we're going to just under-season this. Now we have remember the meat that we had that was all, see, it was falling off the bone? So she's going to add, some of that meat, stir it down up in there, and then add some more of the meat. Go in from the bottom and then, stir it all around. Okay? Alright, you got that in, so we're going to stir that up. And last but not least, the items that, I'm sorry, but the last but not least, the bacon and the bacon drippings. That's going in the pot, okay? So we got that in. So what we're going to do is she's going to stir this up Allow it to cook for probably another 10 minutes because definitely these greens are on point. And then what I'll do is I'll bring you back and dish you up a plate. Be right back. Okay, we're back and we've dished up a bowl of the greens, and that's what the finished product actually look like. These greens are fantastic. I hope that you will serve them during this holiday season. Like I told you, I didn't prepare them. My cousin did. This is Hattie all the way from Chicago. These are her famous collard and cabbage mix. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And as always, thank you for watching Chris Cook for YouTube. Bye.